Guys, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, especially if you love college football as much as I do. Okay, I know this is their bye week, but I'm going to go ahead and do this prediction video because next week I got a big week. I might not have enough time to do this long behind video. Okay, Alabama versus LSU. Now, I got Alabama winning in a blowout. I am a stats guy. LSU, they put up 54 points per game offensively. Best offense in the country. They give up 30 points a game. Now, Alabama, they put up 35 a game. The defense gives up 19 a game. Really good. Now, let's look back at that Florida State game they had in week 1. Florida State is the only team to this day to shut down LSU and push them around along the lines of scrimmage. They also stopped LSU 3 times out of 3 times on 4th down on their offense. And you know who else has a good 4th down defense? Alabama. Alabama has only given up 24% 4th down conversions to the opposing offenses. They are 5 of 21. Something like that. Yeah. Alabama's defense has 29 sacks on the year. That's like 4 sacks a game, 5 sacks a game, something like that. LSU has given up 14 sacks. Now let's go back to the Florida State game. They gave up 4 sacks to Florida State in that game. FSU ran the ball for 113 yards on LSU. Now, I talk about that because FSU's run game has not been very great this year in terms of consistently running the ball. Because there have been games like Clemson where they ran for like 20, 30 yards or whatever that was. Let's see here. Alabama has run for 168 yards per game. Not great, but that's pretty good. They've only given up 124. Bama's defense has forced 10 turnovers. 10 turnovers. Okay? Here's the problem with LSU and Brian Kelly. Brian Kelly has a big mouth. He already paid against Florida State. We're going to beat the heck out of Florida State. Nope. And he said, and I quote, "Yeah, we're going to start beating Alabama every year. That's just what it is. We're going to start beating them every year." No, you're not. Listen, Brian Kelly cannot win big games to save his tail. Anytime he's been in a big game against an opposing team that's healthy, referencing that Clemson fluke 3 years ago at home with Notre Dame, he's failed. This Alabama game was a fluke last year. Bama's defense was not good last year at that point. Bama's defense is elite this year. They're dominant. They force turnovers. They hold people scoreless in the second half. And they're good up front in the line of scrimmage. Last time LSU played a good defense was Florida State. And what happened? And let's be honest here. I think Bama's defense as a whole plays better than Florida State because Florida State gives up a lot of yards, but they just don't let people score on them, which is great. Bama stops you. And they push you around. They've scored 2 defensive touchdowns, by the way, this year. Not great, but really good. They're probably going to get one in this game. Look, Brian Kelly's defense has been atrocious this year. That's no secret. Running, especially passing the football. You know who has gotten better as a passer? Jalen Milroe. He's done pretty good about that this year. He's turned the ball over a lot less. Since the Texas game, much less turnovers, more passing touchdowns. He's really good about finding the deep ball. And Alabama's receivers have really stepped up their game this year. Really stepped up their game. Most notably, Jermaine Burton. As far as how I think the game goes, Bama either has turned the ball over once or never. And since LSU's defense is so bad, and check this, Jaden Daniels got hurt against Missouri. I know that was a month ago. When this game happens, it'll be about a month, maybe more or less. But the ribs were messed up in that game. And you know, with Alabama and LSU, this is a rivalry. And Nick Saban is a very petty guy, but he when people talk trash about him or his team, he always makes them pay. You know what? I would not be shocked at all if supposedly Jaden Daniels gets hit a lot in this game, more than he needs to, and supposedly those Bama guys wrap him up and twist him as they fall down on him, and supposedly he gets hurt. I hope he doesn't, but that's very possible, you know. So I think Bama wins the line of scrimmage. I think they win the turnover battle. And I know that LSU defense is going to let up again. They got broken against Florida State. And even though Alabama's not as explosive offensively as Florida State, they still got Nick Saban. Milroe has grown up. He'll continue to grow up. And I expect him to have a field day against LSU's defense. Look, A&M's defense is not that good. Outside the one pick he had 3 touchdowns. He had a bunch of yards passing. He made them look silly. What do you think he's going to do to LSU? Exactly. I don't think LSU can score in the red zone as much as they want. I think they'll get stopped a lot on 4th down because Brian Kelly is really bold, likes to go for it on 4th down. And the last time he played a good defense that showed up to play, and on top of it, this is a road game. He's not good on the road. He got stopped on 4th down. He got bullied. Final score prediction, Bama 35, LSU 17. Uncle Lou, good luck. That's why you're in my thumbnail. I'm going to have fun. See you next week, next Saturday after the game. Not in person, but on YouTube. Good luck, man. Roll Tide.